80% of me wants to make this video. The other 20% is skeptical about making this video. But guess what? The 80% in me won actually because I am making the video. Now, have you ever hated the sound of your own voice? Just because maybe people told you your voice is too loud, your voice is too tiny, your voice is too deep, or your voice is too small according to your fellow own gender's voice, according to the way your fellow gender they sound. If you've ever been in this position, this video is specially made for you because I've also felt the same. And in this video, I want to share with you the truth of what I learned from being in that position and leaving that position of me hating the sound of my voice, me not wanting to hear myself, watch my video and listen to my recording. So do where to watch to the end of this video. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Angela, and in today's video I want to share with you my story. Yeah, I will not say I'm actually in the place of being all lovey and the rest about myself, but I believe I am in that place of acceptance. Even if I do not totally like something about myself, I accept it first. Yes, so that's why I'm sharing this story with you. So growing up, I used to hate the sound of my voice. Like, I don't want to listen to myself because a lot of people make me feel like I have a deep voice, and I know it's true, right? I know it's true, yeah. And most times I'll be in a gathering where I feel like suggestions are going on. I have a good suggestion to add, but I do not want to speak up because I feel like if I stand up and speak up now, people are going to hear how deep my voice sounds, and I do not want anybody throwing a compliment at me or throwing criticism at me or just saying their own opinion of what they feel about the sound of my voice. So I would rather keep quiet. But here's the thing: there is this part of me that love to express herself, and that part of me that love to express herself did not have the courage to speak in gatherings where people can criticize or say something about the sound of her voice. But this part of me did not die. Because why? For instance, there was a time where I was speaking to somebody that I've not met before. I was just chatting with this person on WhatsApp, and this person was saying something. I knew I'm so lazy to type, yeah, and I feel like me testing back is not gonna, I'm not going to fully express myself well as I want to. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to use voice notes. And I used voice notes. I just forgot myself and I was just so expressive using the voice note. And guess what, guys? After the voice note, this person told me, you have a very deep voice. And that just made me remember, oh, I forgot about the sound of my voice while doing this voice note, and now here we come with this same word that I've been trying to avoid. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to not express myself because of the way I sound. And at first it was very hard, but I started with doing it on WhatsApp. Like, WhatsApp has this feature where you can just express yourself using your voice instead of text. And I started it with WhatsApp, and I discovered that people that told me, oh, your voice is deep at first, when I continue using voice note for them, expressing myself by voice note, chatting with them by voice note, they did not tell me again because they got used to the sound of my voice. And I started speaking in a very little gathering. Let's say I started speaking in the midst of my friends. Because why? I discovered that when people get used to something, they do not keep pointing at that thing. But when they are not used to that thing, let's say they are not used to the sound of your voice, every time you speak, it just sounds so new to them, and they will keep pointing at that thing you are avoiding is what they will keep pointing at to you. So when I discovered that, I was like, you know what? I'm going to start speaking. I do not actually like the sound of my voice, but I am going to speak anyway. And at first, it was hard. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything for you. First, I did not actually like, I did not even love the sound of my voice. I was just like, you know what, I'm going to build courage to just speak and let's see how it goes. After all, if people find out that the message you're passing across to them is more important, nobody's even going to pay attention to the sound of your voice. But something changed everything. One event changed everything. There was a time, because I've already known myself to have this deep and loud voice. I just cannot control the pitch of my voice whenever I'm speaking. And most of the times, I used to feel like this um, is a very big disadvantage to me as a lady, because most times, let's say somebody wants to say something on a low key, I don't just do. I'm like still trying to catch up the low key way. But the person will be like, your voice is loud. Is your voice? I'm like, God, there's no way I can reduce my voice further from this. So there's this time we were giving a presentation in school, and I was one of the persons that volunteered to speak. And during that presentation, during that time, I have already started my YouTube channel, my previous YouTube channel, and I never even knew that YouTube was making me speak, and nobody was going to judge the sound of my voice here on YouTube, so I did not care. I was just speaking. So during that presentation, I spoke, and most of my friends, even those people that were not my friends, they came to meet me and they were like, "You have a very loud voice that commands authority." And I never knew this about my voice. I was just like, you know what? People are going to get used to my voice. I might have a deep voice that is loud, and not many female have this kind of voice. So it might be something very new to a lot of people. But I am just going to use my voice, not because I like my voice at that time. I'm just going to use my voice because when people get used to something, they will not have to be telling me every single time your voice is deep, your voice is loud, your voice is this, your voice is that. So after that presentation, I got a lot of compliments on how everybody was able to hear me clearly because my voice was loud. And the deep part of my voice, nobody even stated that. And I was like, wow. So my voice being loud and deep is not a disadvantage to me. It's even an advantage because I've never actually presented like that. And I'll not lie, I believe it was the YouTube channel that I started that helped me because I'm already used to speaking. So without even thinking about my voice, the more you talk, the less you are to pay attention to the way you sound. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what's happened for me. Since that time, I have not relent in speaking. I know, and I already know the truth. My voice is deep, yes. Sometimes it can be very feminine, yeah, but I'm not deceived. There are sometimes I'll just open my mouth and speak, and I know it's going to come out deep, but I do not care. Like, I don't care how it sounds because right now I'm in a place of I love to watch my videos. I love to listen to my recording, and sometimes I'm like, wow, girl, this message is so hot. Like, this message is going to change lives. I've come to the place where I completely love the sound of my voice, and I did not just get here by not speaking. So, if you are someone who currently hates the sound of your voice, you hate to hear yourself speak, I will tell you this: the more you keep quiet and not speak, the more you are likely to keep dwelling on the sound of your voice. At first, I did not even like the sound of my voice. I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to sum up courage to speak because people will get used to the sound of my voice when I continue speaking. But if I keep quiet, I have something to say. I know people are sharing ideas. If I should ship in my idea, it's going to make things better. Me keeping quiet is not going to help anything. But me speaking out, if I speak out today, people hear me speak today. Tomorrow they hear me speak. Next tomorrow they hear me speak. They will get used to the sound of my voice. You get, and nobody's going to start always keep pointing at how deep, how loud my voice sound. But if I should keep quiet, Then every single time I eventually gather up courage to speak, I will still get this word, who is speaking? Was that you? So I did not want that for myself. And that was why I was like, I am going to speak up. Yes. So if you currently hate the sound of your voice, you do not even want to watch yourself speak, or you don't want to even listen to your recordings, I will tell you, just speak. Yes, your voice do not matter to anybody except you. The way you sound do not matter to anybody except you. And you are the only person that can change your mind about how you sound. You might think like, oh, I sound like a frog. But see, you sounding like a frog does not matter to anybody except you. But if you keep dwelling on, oh, I sound like a frog, people will also keep dwelling on that. Yes. But if you decide, oh, I might sound like this. I'm not saying you sound like a frog, but that was just an example. I might sound like this. For me, I know I already have a deep voice, and whenever I speak, I am very loud. Like my voice is loud. I don't need a mic or anything, but I know if I should stand in a room filled with 100 people, I will be able to speak for all 100 people to hear me very well. You get? So something I thought was a disadvantage to me became an advantage to me, and that thing actually made me love the sound of my voice. So for you to love the sound of your voice, you do not have to go for any vocal exercise or something. All you just have to do is to speak. Open your mouth and speak. Just say the things, share your ideas. It could be in your workplace. You just have to share your thought. At first people might be, oh, your voice is small, it's tiny, but as time goes on they will get used to the sound of your voice, and as they get used to the sound of your voice, the less people point at how you sound, the more you are to develop this confidence of speaking regardless of how you sound, and the more you are likely to love your voice. Because right now I actually love to watch my videos, and whenever I hear the way I sound, I do not see it as something big. I just see it as a normal thing that, oh, this thing is a unique advantage. It's something that a lot of girls out there, they do not have, but I have it. It's not a disadvantage, it's an advantage. Because the fact that I can open my mouth and speak sounds that people can hear and understand on its own is a miracle. So don't keep quiet because of the way you sound. Because your voice, the way you sound, does not matter to anybody but you. And you alone have the power in your voice to pass whatever message you have. People will only point at the truth about your voice, but it's left for you to walk with the truth. Yes, however way it pleases you. You can decide, oh, because I have tiny voice, people always point this out to me. I'm not going to speak. I'm not going to say anything. No, people will keep pointing that into you, and the more they point it out to you, you already know the truth. You can decide to either keep quiet or continue speaking. If it's to sing, sing, guy. I'm not going to lie. I am an expert when it comes to singing, and I know I might be singing off key. I might be even I might even be singing rubbish, but I just love my singing voice more than my speaking voice. But in all, I'm using the voice that God has given to me to speak regardless of how it sounds. So use that same voice that God has given to you. It's not a disadvantage, it's a gift. And your voice has power, your voice has authority that only you can bring out. Nobody can bring out the power in your voice. Absolutely. Nobody can do that for you. It's your job, it's your voice is your power, and you alone can bring out that power. And you not speaking because of the way you sound is you giving that power to other people. Yes. Means you are giving, it's just like I have power. I know I have authority over something, and I'm giving other people that power. So people can use it the way they like. I'm no longer in charge. But when you speak, it means the power, the gifts God has given to you in form of a voice, you are using it, and people will have no choice but to adapt. They will have no choice but to get used to the sound of your voice. So guys, this is it for the video. I hope this video encourages you to speak up, not to keep quiet because of the way you feel like you sound. No matter however terrible you feel like your voice sound, continue to speak up when you have something to say. You might just try it just like me in voice notes on WhatsApp, or yours might just be that you have this privilege of always speaking to people. It might just be among your friends, 3 people, 4 people, 5 people. Before you know it, I tell you, you'll be able to speak courageously without paying attention to the way you sound to over 100 people without paying attention to the way you sound but your message. So guys, I hope you find this video helpful. I hope this video encourages you. If it does encourage you, please leave a comment. I want to hear you. Like, what was your voice experience like? Did you also get comment like I did? Or yours was quite different? If you did was different, then let me know in the comment section. And don't forget to like this video, share this video so that a lot of people can know that the way they sound, no matter how terrible they feel like they sound, it does not matter to anybody but them. So if you've not yet subscribed, if you've not yet subscribed, if you've not yet subscribed, please do it to smash that subscribe button. Hope to see you next time. Bye.